So I'm really excited because I got a package in the mail from a company called Hisea, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But they do like all kinds of outdoor gear, so like boots and different things, and they said, can we send you a pair of boots for free? And you could test them out for us and make a movie, and we'll give, if people want to buy them, we'll give them a discount. And I was like, okay, that'd be awesome. The boots I usually wear, which I love, are called Extra Tough, and they're very, very expensive. This company, Hisea, they said, go on our website and pick out whatever you want. And I was like, okay. So I was just looking for kind of like those shorter ankle, like height boots there. And the ones I wanted, they were all sold out of. But they're like, we've got these bigger ones that go up to like your knee. I was like, all right, I could try that. And they were only like 35 bucks, I think. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, am I reading this right? So I'm really excited to try these, and I'm excited to show you them because they're really affordable, I thought, for some boots. So anyway, they ended up sending me this package, and I already cut it open, but here it is. So let's open them up. They had quite a few different varieties of like patterns and prints, and then solids as well. I kind of went with this like floral pattern one, which I thought was really pretty. Wow, it is so pretty. You guys, you could probably hear Max squeaking. He wants to go outside. This is the boot. You can see how pretty that pattern is. I love it. And then this is the company, and I really hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, but it's Hisea, I believe. It says you can activate a lifetime warranty if you go to the website. So that's pretty cool. You can get a lifetime warranty on these boots. But man, they're really nice boots. There's like super nice grip on the bottom. They're obviously waterproof, which is really neat. And I feel like I'm gonna love these boots for working out in my woods where there's lots of poison ivy. And this will help protect like the bottom of my leg. Pull this little insert out, and I'll get the other boot out as well. But yeah, they're so cute. I love it. It's almost like there's fabric inside. Yeah, so the inside is almost like a fabric, and then there's a like a rubber coating on the outside, which is really nice. I feel like that would keep them lasting for longer. But I got a size 7, and I'm typically like 7, 7.5 to 8. It just depends on what kind of shoe I'm getting. But more so, I go in the range of like a 7, 7.5. So I got a 7. All right, I'm gonna put these boots on and get out probably back behind my sheds and maybe put in a couple more steps back there that I've been working on. There's a lot of stuff that has grown up back there, and I'm really excited to have these boots because like I said, they can protect the bottoms of my legs a little bit if I happen to get into some poison ivy. So all right, let's get out there and get to it. Gotta put my socks on. The sprinklers are going, and Max is watching me out the window. All right, hopefully they fit. Oh yeah, fit perfect. This is gonna be nice too because they're pretty, they're tighter on my leg, which I like because then like, you know, mulch and debris and things don't get inside my boot, because that's the worst when you're working and you've got like pebbles in your boot and you got to stop and like shake it out. So yeah, they look pretty good, and I think we can get a lot of things done out there. As I did this movie today, I was going to answer some of your questions. There's lots of questions on the movies, and I just haven't had a chance to get to them yet, so I thought I'll take a screenshot of them all and try to answer them while I'm doing this. And one of the questions was, what is the little tree that's in your front landscape? So I've got a few of them. I wasn't sure which one you're talking about. But this one right here, this is called a shag white pine. It's just a tiny little pine tree. That's what it looks like. It's just on a standard. This has been in here for about 2 or 3 years. This one is called a globe blue spruce. And this one has been in here for about, gosh, I don't know, 5 years maybe. And then this one over here is called a dappled willow on a standard. So as we walk down, we'll answer some more questions. Let's see here. Carol Saba 187 says, I'm here in Michigan, and 3 years ago I planted 6 white astobi. There's no trace of them. What am I doing wrong? Ugh, man, it's hard to tell, but I've actually had some astobi disappear as well. And those are ones that I planted in my gully garden. I had planted them kind of like in the back there where it really didn't get much water, much rainwater. It wasn't hit by the sprinklers in our grass. And so astobi, they really like wet ground. They don't like to dry out at all. If you let them dry out, they're probably gonna start to die off. They do need at least part shade. I do find the ones that I have in the mostly shade do a lot better for me. So I've got those ones that I dug up over there. Those are like mostly shade. They probably only get like an hour of sun, and it's super wet over there. So they like well drained, wet soil, and they can't have too much sun. So that could be why. Another question we had was, do you have any Patriot hosta? They're very similar to the Minuteman. Everything is looking great. And that's from Lupo. Yeah, I do. I actually have one one Patriot hosta, and it kind of just gets lost in my gully. I'm kind of waiting for it to put on a little bit of size so that I can do what I did with those other hosta, dig it up and transplant it. But I love the Patriot hosta. You're right. It's very, very similar to the Minuteman, and I love both of those very, very much. Renee Byer says, will you need to have drip in your new area, or does it get enough natural moisture? Just curious on your watering needs. So the new area that I put in is over here, and I'll just show you it really quick. But my answer is no, I won't put any drip tubing in here. The only drip tubing or irrigation I have in my entire garden is just like around my house, and that was only put in because we got it for free. The company kept having to reschedule for us. They felt really bad, and so they offered to make it up for us to put in free drip tubing around my house. So that's the only reason I have it up there. The rest of my garden, I just let the good Lord water it for me. And then when I do plant initially, like a first planting of something, I make sure to water it in really good, and then continually water it until it's like established. But honestly, like, I kind of just let nature do its thing out here. I don't have a lot of extra time to do extra watering, so I just kind of let things do their thing. And if they're struggling and they die, I just don't buy that thing again. Let's see. Please tell me the name of the song. The name of the song I think I did was Always Been Crazy. I've always been crazy, but it's kept me from going insane. That one I think you're talking about. That is Waylon Jennings, and it's called Always Been Crazy. It's a really good song. The one I did sounds nothing like the original. The original is really cool. I just tried to change it up a little bit, make it my own. I was on the questions for a minute, and I'm going to be working out here, and you can see these boots are going to be amazing for me to work in because look at all this beautiful green weedy growth. And I guarantee you there's probably poison ivy in there somewhere. I am very highly allergic to poison ivy, so these boots are going to be awesome in order to kind of, you know, steer clear of them. But I want to add another step in here, possibly like 2 or 3 steps. We'll see how far I get. And that way I can kind of add to what my brother and I did back here the other day. And this moss is holding up pretty good. Probably shouldn't be grabbing this with my bare hands, but that was actually another question that somebody had asked me. Will the moss take root in the rocks? And the answer is it could. Like, it definitely could. There's moss that grows on everything. I've got rocks actually that it's just a plain rock and there's like moss growing all over it. So around here, moss can literally grow on anything if the conditions are right. So that's why I was kind of hoping it would grow on here. As you can see, it's super shady back here. There's just a little bit of dappled light that comes through, like right now, early in the morning. And then as soon as the sun goes basically past these big cherry trees here, it's complete shade. So as long as it stays, you know, has like moisture on it and it stays kind of wet and shady, I think the moss will be fine and take root. But we'll see. I'll keep you updated on that one. Let's get one more question and then we'll get to work. What kind of hosta is the bright lime green hosta in the back of the bed? I think you're talking about the fire island. So it kind of emerges from the ground. It's like this glowing, literally it looks like it's glowing, this lime greeny like yellowish leaf, and then the stems are like super purple, and as the season kind of progresses it does fade to a darker limey green color, but I'm pretty sure that's the one you're talking about, the fire island hosta. All right, I am going to get my shovel and start digging out a little section where I can put another step. All right, so I just dug a little trench right there and I'm only going about halfway because my thought is I want to kind of come off the gully garden and make a path around the steps, and then this one will be even shorter, and then this one will be even shorter yet. Now I have to go find a piece of like dead log. Ooh. This is why I need these boots right now. Because I'm about to go into the jungle and there's probably poison ivy out here. I wonder if I could get something from this pile. Yeah, I might just take something from this pile. That way I don't have to trample through all this nasty stuff. While I grab this, I'm going to answer another question. This one is from Mickey Moscow, and they said, "Hi Jess, quick question. Do you have any problems with slugs and snails around your hosta? If so, what do you do to prevent it?" And honestly, Mickey, is that your name? Mickey, I really don't. Every once in a while I'll see a slug or two hanging out, and that's usually just because I didn't pull back like all of the leaf mulch that I left there over the winter time, and it's super thick on there, and maybe some slugs had wintered over in that. But I think the reason I don't have a lot of issues with that is because I have lots of critters in my garden. So I've got, for one, a raccoon, and he comes around and he digs all over the place. That's why I called that raccoon alley up there. He digs all over the place looking for bugs and slugs and all of the little things that can be eaten by a critter. So it's kind of bittersweet to have the raccoon around here because he's a little bit annoying, moving all my things all the time, but he eats all the slugs and the bugs, so I don't have to deal with it. I guess it's hard to talk and do things at the same time. So Mary Benson says, why don't you extend your garden in the back where the kitty was hiding? The plants would look really good back there. That's what I'm doing actually literally right now. I think you probably seen Spike like right up there where we're kind of working, and that's my plan. I've got a lot of things going on, so it's taking me a while, but little by little I'm hoping to have that be the goal, is to extend my garden all the way back here and even go pretty far back into there, because I've got a really nice maple tree back there that I wanted to expose. So that's a great idea. Let's see here. This one looks like it might be big enough. I need to go get my chainsaw and cut these off, but I think I'll use this one right here. I went to get my chainsaw to cut the little pieces off this, but once I got it up here, this is way too small. This is not gonna work. So I think that I'm gonna have to get a different log. I'm gonna go searching for one and I'll be right back. I'll put like this log right here. Go shave some of this off and level it down a little bit. That. That'll work. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Not gonna have a nice angle like the one my brother did, but it'll be okay. You know what I also love about these boots is when I go to stick my foot on the shovel, there's a nice thick sole at the bottom of them, so it doesn't hurt my foot. With my other tall boots that I got from Walmart, I feel like every time I go like that and stick my foot on the shovel, I can feel it and it kind of doesn't feel good. I feel like I need to go a little bit more. Oh, there's a giant tree root there. Let's chop it. Right. Looks good. Just a little bit. Hey, that looks really good. I like it. My brother, when he helped me do this, he actually cut these logs on an angle, which is really nice. That way they kind of went together really well. So I'm just gonna fill that in with dirt, is what I'm gonna do. The angles that are not connecting. Let's get to another question before we start digging again. What is the name and size of your rototiller? I'll come back to that one because I'll actually go over and I'll show you what it is, okay? So just give me a second on that, Marie Queen. Bleeding hearts, so how old are they? So those bleeding hearts are probably, gosh, I want to say like maybe 6 years old. I got them pretty much when we built our house and put them in. I have moved them like 3 times. So where they're at right now is the 3rd spot that they've been in. Maybe they should be a lot bigger than that. I'm not really sure, but they're probably about 5 years old. I really love those bleeding hearts a lot. They're a great plant, and I didn't realize how much I loved them. The cool thing about them too is when they're done blooming, after a while, they kind of go dormant and they disappear, which is kind of neat because, you know, the foliage, it starts to kind of get yellow and brown and die back. But I just leave them, kind of let them do their thing. Oh, there's a root there. I just cut it. Oh, I'm gonna pull my hair back. Alright, while we're doing my hair, we'll answer another question. Just Stacy Allard, are you on Instagram? No, I'm not. To be honest with you, I'm not like a big social media person, even though I have a YouTube. I kind of just started this YouTube on accident, and so I don't have all the other things that are out there, like Instagram. I don't really get into all that kind of stuff. So my brother, he went to the army in 2021, I think. And after he left, I wrote a song about him, and I made a movie and I put it to like a bunch of pictures and stuff. and I didn't have any way to send it to him because it was too big. So I was like, crap, how am I supposed to get this video to him? So I had a YouTube account for my work because during Corona we couldn't train anybody at work like in person. So I made a YouTube video, a training video on YouTube. And so I thought, you know what I could do? I could just upload it to my YouTube account and send it to my brother that way. And I did, and he loved it, and so did my family. And I thought it was so fun to make that movie. And so I was like, man, I was telling my husband one night, I'm like, that was a lot of fun to make that movie. I want to make another movie, but I didn't know what to do. And he's like, you should make a movie of your garden. People might want to see that. And I was like, all right. So I did. And I don't know, I didn't tell anybody about it. And people started finding it, and I was like, oh, all right, I guess I'll keep going with it. So that's the only reason I have a YouTube. But no, I don't have an Instagram. I'm sorry. There's some nice rocks in here. Alright, so I got the trench dug for that one. And we'll go grab some logs to put in there. Another question I had was from Denise Delgado, and she says, is the road going right a dead end? Kind of. I think you're probably talking about like the road out the side of my driveway, my house. We live in a cul-de-sac, so it's basically like a dead end, I guess I would say. But basically, yeah, it just, you come down my road and you can kind of spin in a circle and keep going. I might go down and do one more step. 5. We're at 5 right now. Actually, I might do like 1, 2, or 3 more steps. We'll see. No, I should just actually get my rototiller out and till all this crap up. Probably what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that real quick, and I'll show you what my rototiller is. Mary. So this is my rototiller, and I absolutely love this thing. I've had this probably for about 6 years. I told my husband, I'm like, I need a rototiller. Like, if I'm gonna be digging out all of the gully and everything like that, I need to till it up and be able to have a really nice one. And I think we got this at Home Depot for like under $200. I think it was like 170 something maybe, but that was a while ago. But it's a Honda FG 110. So I don't know if you can see that. Honda FG 110. I want to see that. GX25 Honda 4-stroke. But it's super easy to use. Literally, there's like a little choke right here, and then this little pumper. And you make sure that, here, I'll flip it around. And then you just got to make sure that this is on. Turn to on. And then you just push this little button in here to kind of prime it. Make sure there's gas in there. Yeah. And then make sure this is switched to on. Too close. That's it. Then you just pull this trigger.
We got married one afternoon in May. Never did see the light of day. On a honeymoon, we didn't have much when we started out. Your grandma's bed and a 3-room house.
I feel a little bit better. Just a little bit at a time helps. Right, there's just a couple more questions. Touchdown USC says, how are your roses doing? I think they're doing all right. Last year was the first year that I've ever put like roses in that were roses other than like landscaping roses. So I'm learning on those, but they all came back. I think they're doing okay. I think I'm gonna need to feed them probably and give them some fertilizer because hopefully that will help them grow a little bit. So we'll see how they do. So Sapphire 82 says, do you deal with quackgrass? If so, how do you deal with it? I do deal with that, and it's not terrible though. So usually when I try to deal with that, I will take my hose around with me, and I'll kind of just like, as I'm pulling the weeds out, I will just like water it really good and then pull it out. That way I get the entire root. So if I find that's happening, you know, and it's hard to get out, that's what I'll do. I'll make sure that it is it's got a lot of moisture around it. That way I can pull the entire root. And a lot of times I take advantage of the rainy days, like after it rains. A lot of times that's when I'll go out and I'll do all my weeding, because the weeds seem to come out a lot easier after rainy days, and it's just much more satisfying because you can usually pull the root of the weed up easy, no problem at all.
You could have had that boy that you used to know. He's a millionaire from Ohio. Your mama told me so. When the best I could do was a factory, you didn't get much when you got me. Maybe that's true, but oh, I got you. Oh, I got you. I got something money can buy. Cross my heart. I got you, and I thank the Lord. Now if all that's left is a rocking chair, I'll be fine, knowing you'll be there, rocking too. Oh, I got you. Oh, I got you. Oh, I got you. Oh.
It's later in the day. Obviously I've got different clothes on, the same boots, and I'm loving these boots. They're so comfy. They're not hot. Like, I feel like my feet are breathing. I'm doing a lot of, like, I would say hard work, like moving around bags of pea stone and digging and things like that. I need a hair tie, that's for sure. But what was I saying? Yeah, these boots are like phenomenal. I love these so much, and I feel very protected in them. So this is what I've come up with so far. And I know it looks a little wonky, but some of the pea stone was wet and some of it was dry, so that's why it's like discolored. And it's a little bit different than what I was expecting to do, but I think what I want to do now that I've kind of added the rocks and things, I think I want to make a path that comes down just to like here, and then you can use, you know, the path, the steps the rest of the way. And then over here I was thinking about just planting like some hosta that line this. So that's probably what I'm gonna do. Now, I don't have any more moss left. I could go out and harvest some, but honestly, it's too late to go harvest because I've just let this grow up way too much, and there ain't no way I'm going out there because I can't do it with all the poison ivy. So what I was thinking about doing is I have a ton of Ajuga over on my side hill over there, and I was thinking about doing like every other step moss and Ajuga. So I think that's how I'm gonna finish this up. Oh man, this was so much fun. I love how it turned out. I know this is probably going to be a very long movie, so thank you if you made it this far with me. I probably shouldn't have done the whole question thing while I did this. I didn't think I was going to go this far with it, but I love that every other, I got Ajuga, moss, Ajuga, moss, Ajuga, moss, Ajuga. And this is the chocolate chip Ajuga. It grows pretty good. You can see my whole hill over there. I have a ton of it. That I put in probably in 2020, so 3 years ago. I think I had like 3 plug trays from it that I got for free from my work, so that's why there's so much of it, and it grew in like that. So I'll keep an eye on this. It usually doesn't get too out of hand. I know sometimes Ajuga can be a little bit unruly, but the chocolate chip doesn't seem to be too crazy for me. And it's super easy to pull out. Like it's even easier to pull out than the creeping Jenny, so I don't mind it. Plus, this is over in the full shade, so I don't imagine that it's gonna grow like ridiculously fast or anything. So I'm not too worried about it. But I'll give you a little close up, and then we'll probably have to sign off because this movie is getting pretty long. But all in all, I love these boots. They are pretty amazing. My feet are completely dry. I feel like very clean. Usually I get really dirty when I'm doing this kind of stuff, and I'm not at all. They're like keeping me very clean, and I know that I can just like rinse them off with the hose and we'll be just fine. I'm so excited to get these boots. Thank you so much, Hisea, and again, I hope I'm saying that right, but I love these so much. And I wanted to share with you guys, if you did want to get this, and I'm not making any money off of this is just a coupon code for you guys. You can get 15% off anything on the website, they said. So I'll put the link for the website on there, but they said we will provide an extra 15% discount code for your friends. The code can work on any product on our website, which is www.hisea.com, including the boots that you got, so including these. And I'll check, but I'm pretty sure these are only like $30-some. And then, so it's 15% off all the products, and the discount code is JES, J-E-S. And yeah, I will link it down in that thing below. So I think it says like description, and there's like a little arrow that points down. If you poke on that, you'll see a link and you can push that. So anything you buy on there will be 15% off if you enter that code JES. Let's see what else I have to do. I think that's it. I kind of want to look and see how much these boots cost. Just give me 1 second. Okay, I found them and I was wrong. They're not $35, they're $33.99. And you can get all different kinds. They've got, I don't know if you can even see this, but there it is right there. And then the ones I got, so you can get all these colors down here. And I got this kind with like the flowers on it. But if you don't like the flowers, you could get, you know, they've got solid red. That's kind of cool. But anyway, I love these boots. They do fit pretty tight on my leg right here, but I've got some meat on my legs. And I actually preferred that. Like I said, I got 0 pebbles, and I was even moving pea stone today. So I got 0 dirt, mulch, pebbles in my boots, and that is like a pretty big deal for me because I hate taking my boot off and shaking it out. So anyway, these are great boots and I'm so excited to have them. I think I'm actually gonna go on and buy like the shorter ones that go, you know, the ankle ones, because I'll probably wear those quite a bit as well. And like I said, I don't make any money off of this. This is just something that they wanted to do if I tried them out. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope that you have a great day.